Welcome students. In the previous video, we have already discussed about definitions of acids, bases and salts. We have discussed about indicators and their classifications, types of acids and the properties of acids. In today's video, we are discussing about physical and chemical properties of bases and also about pH scale. As we have already seen in the acids, the bases are consisting of high concentration of hydroxide ions. The bases are usually bitter in the taste and they also act as electrolytes. The bases are always slippery and hence the soaps always slips out of our hands. Now we will discuss about chemical properties of bases. At the first, we will see the reaction between base and metal. Whenever base reacts with the metal, they produce salt and hydrogen gas. Here I have considered an example. The sodium hydroxide NaOH reacts with the zinc to form the salt sodium zincate Na2ZnO2. With that, there is a liberation of hydrogen gas. The second property is reaction of bases with non-metallic oxides. When bases reacts with non-metallic oxides, they form salt and water. Here I have considered an example. The base NaOH reacts with the non-metallic oxide carbon dioxide to form the salt sodium carbonate and water. I have given one more example. Calcium hydroxide reacts with carbon dioxide to form calcium carbonate and water. Here, bases does not react with metal oxides, metal carbonates and also metal hydrogen carbonates because these metal oxides, metal carbonates and as well as metal hydrogen carbonates are basic in the nature and hence bases does not react with these substances. The third property is reaction of base with acid. As we have already seen, whenever bases reacts with the acids, they form salt and water. Here, bases neutralize the effect of acids and hence the reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Now, we will see what all the acids and all the bases have in common. A common thing in all the acids is that whenever acids are added to the water solution, they are going to split into hydrogen ions. And hence, the acidic behavior of a solution is mainly due to the presence of these hydrogen ions. Since they forms cations and anions in the water solution, they are responsible for conduction of electricity. Here, you have to note a point that hydrogen ions does not exist individually and hence they always attach to the water molecules to form hydrodium ions. As similar to acids, all the bases produces hydroxide ions when they dissolved in water. Therefore, the basic behavior of basic solution is due to hydroxide ions present in it. As similar to the acids, bases also produce cations and anions whenever they dissolve into the water. And hence, these cations and anions are responsible for conduction of electricity. Now, we will discuss about how to measure the strength of acids and as well as bases. This can be done by using the pH scale. Here, P is nothing but potence, which can also be called as potential. H is nothing but hydrogen. Therefore, the pH scale is nothing but potential of hydrogen. This is the scale which is used to find out the hydrogen ion concentration in the given solution. Here, if the pH of the solution is less than 7, then we can conclude that the solution is acidic. If the pH of the solution is exactly 7, then the solution is neutral. If the pH of the solution is greater than 7, then we can say that that solution is basic in the nature. Universal indicator. Universal indicator is a mixture of all other indicators which gives the different colors at different concentration of hydrogen ions, by which we can find out the given solution is acidic or basic. The pH value is very much important in our daily life. Now in this concept, we'll see how the pH is playing a efficient role in our everyday life. Our body works within the pH range of 7 to 7.8. If there is any narrow change in the pH values of our body, will cause certain diseases and which may cause death also. If the pH of rainwater is less than 5.6, then it is called as acid rain. When this acid rain combines with the river water, it reduces the pH of that river water. Due to the reduction in the pH of river water, the river water becomes acidic, which makes the survival of aquatic life very difficult. The pH also plays a very important role in growth of the plants. The pH of soil should be in the range of 5.5 to 7.0 for the healthy growth of plants. pH of our digestive system. We all know that our stomach produces an acid called as hydrochloric acid. This acid is having a pH that ranges from 1.5 to 3. During indigestion, the high amount of the acid is secreted in our body and hence we feel certain irritations and as well as pains. To get rid of this pain, we are using the acids such as milk of magnesia, which is also called as magnesium hydroxide. When we consume this magnesium hydroxide, it reacts with the acid produced in our body and neutralizes its effects, and hence we feel relaxed. Change in the pH of mouth fluid also causes tooth decay. Here, the tooth enamel is the hardest substance of the body, which is made up of calcium phosphate. Whenever the pH of our mouth reduces to lesser than 5.5, which decays our teeth. This pH is very much important for the animals and as well as plants for their self-defense. Bee stings consisting of a methanoic acids. Nettle leaves also produces this methanoic acid. This produces certain irritation and as well as pains. We can get rid of these pains by using bases. This is all about importance of pH in our everyday life. In the next video, we'll discuss about salts. Thanks for watching.